my rat. Happy about that. And last weekend I cooked a brisket. Not cooking a brisket this weekend. I've changed it up. My diet, actually, because my diarrhea was just too much. I went on low carb, pretty much no indirect carbs for probably, not probably, it was 40 days. Well, 45 days. I went 45 days and I was just like, no carbs, no direct carbs. Take nuts and stuff like that, have it, and vegetables, cool. On day 5, which is day 40 for me, I went on the carnivore diet. I mean, I'm cutting everything out, but doing a straight carnivore diet. And it fixed my joint pain, it fixed the inflammation in my joints, and it also cleared my skin up. Like my face is a lot more clear, my skin's a lot healthier. My back doesn't have a bunch of pimples on it. I don't have all that dried out skin here and all flaked up and crusting and peeling and everything. It just, joint pain's gone. But I had such bad diarrhea, it wouldn't stop. The diarrhea just would not stop. Yesterday, I went to the restroom probably 14 times. It seems like every 30 to 45 minutes I gotta go. Man, it's a lot, and it's water. I feel dehydrated, I feel tired, I feel powerless, I feel weak, I feel like I have no energy. And the whole point of going on the diet was to fix my health issues. But if I have loose stool and horrible bowel movements, and I feel tired and exhausted and worn out, obviously that's not helping me, it's hurting me. I have nothing against the carnivore diet, and I have nothing against vegans. I have nothing against any diet. I truly feel like if you're doing a diet to fix your health problems and to feel better and to have more energy and to actually get you where you want to be in life as far as it goes for work or your day-to-day, and you need the energy or just to feel better or health issues, I don't care what diet you go on. I'm a proponent of all of them if it gets you healthy, right? If it gets you stronger or leaner or ripped, or get you to where you're not dying of some disease like diabetes or high blood pressure or cholesterol or whatever. So I gave the carnivore diet a shot because I read and heard all these amazing things on it, and everything they said was 100% true. The only problem for me is I couldn't get my bowels to tighten up, and it started affecting me negatively with dehydration, cramping, bad. It didn't matter how much water I drank and how much salt I added to my water, how much salt I added in my food. I just non-stop cramping constantly and no power. I just felt weak, so I just got sick of it. So I was just like, this isn't what I want. This isn't what I'm after, so time to change it up. So all I simply did was add some vegetables. I got this digestive enzyme I heard it's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to help you with your fat consumption. If you eat a lot of fat and you don't have the enzymes to help digest your fat, then what happens is you become super sensitive to fat and you liquefy it, you don't absorb it and get energy out of it. So I started taking that and haven't really had any luck with it. So I decided, well, if that's an issue, well, if that's not an issue, if that's not fixing the issue, then what's next? Well, the next issue would be the next thing to try would be vegetables. So I put vegetables back in. And I know carnivores are like, oh, vegetables, they're toxic and they have anti-nutrients in them and all kinds of stuff like that. But I don't feel eating vegetables are bad for you. People get too far one side or the other on the spectrum and the scale, and some people are like, oh, well, vegetables are bad for you because they have anti-nutrients and they're going to cause you to not absorb other foods and nutrients, and then you're going to have issues with your digestive problem and gas and bloating. And yeah, but if you eat it and it doesn't hurt you and you feel good after you eat it, then I mean, and I don't mean feel good like, oh, I feel good and my tummy feels better. I feel great because my tummy it's full. I'm not talking about feel better like that. I'm talking like generally over a couple of weeks or months of eating this, you feel good. Like you feel healthy, you feel energetic, you feel alive, you feel vibrant, you feel like I don't want to just sit on the couch and watch TV. I want to get out there and do something. I want to move. I want to get out there and I want to tackle my goals and get what I want out of life and accomplish everything that I'm after and get all this stuff done. But if you eat and you sit there and you're like, ooh, I'm going to the bathroom every 30 minutes. I can't get off the couch because if I do, I got to shit. And if I shit, I got to be near a toilet. So, and then if you eat and then you feel tired or worn out, or like you're about to pass out and you have no energy and you feel like, man, I cannot eat without having to take a nap or go to sleep, then it's probably not the best thing for you to eat. You know, if you get nauseous or diarrhea or loose bowels, it's probably not the best thing for you to eat, or you need to reduce the amount you're eating in moderation and maybe add something else in that has something that can help you digest. Like if you look at papaya, it has a digestive enzyme in there called papain. And you take the green skin off of a papaya and you mash it up and you put it in your meat, it's a digestive enzyme. And that helps break down tissue, the connective tissue. So if you take that and put it in a blender and you marinate your steak with it, it actually makes your steak fall apart when you cook it. So tender, incredibly tender. And that's a fruit, right? That's a fruit. But you know, fruits don't help you on the carnivore diet. They're all bad. All fruits and all vegetables are bad. Don't eat any of them. I think that concept is silly. I think getting off of everything but meat is good if you don't know what's causing your problem. Then you can add something back in and see how it affects you. And if it doesn't affect you in a negative way, then hey, chances are that wasn't your problem. Keep going. Add something else back in that you like. Eat that. That doesn't cause you issues after a little while. Hey, that probably wasn't your issue. Add this back in. And then on the flip side, the vegans, I feel like vegans' issue is they condemn anyone that eats animal meat for one of two reasons. Either you're going to get cancer, you're going to die, which is nonsense, because we've been eating animals since the beginning of humankind, since we started hunting. What do you think they do in Alaska? What do you think they do in the north whenever it's snowing? What do you think they do in Russia whenever there's no vegetation on the ground? Or anywhere north of the equator, whenever you have 6 months of snow and winter, and you have to fall and winter, and you have to wait for the ground to warm up and the sun to come out to be able to get things to grow to eat. How do you think they survived? They hunt. But I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about way back in the day. They hunted. They ate animal proteins. We didn't have a way to store meat. We didn't have refrigerators back then. We didn't have any of that stuff. So how do you think that they survived during the winter months? You know what's going to kill you faster than eating animal meat? Not eating. That's going to kill you way faster. I guarantee you eat a steak, you'll be able to live for a very long time. But if you don't eat for 30 days, you probably don't have much time left after that. So I just think that whole nonsense is ridiculous too. Like, oh, well, meat's going to kill you. Or you're a monster for killing an animal and eating an animal. You took a life to save a life. And that's monstrous. That's monstrous. Well, you know what? I don't think wolves feel bad when they kill their prey. I don't think tigers feel bad when they kill their prey, and I don't think lions feel bad either. It's just the nature of the beast. We were all born to play a certain role in this world, and if your role is to end up in my digestive system so I can keep on going, then that's just the way it is. Like if I was in the wilderness, and I lived up north, let's say in Alaska, and let's say there was a hungry old ornery bear. That hungry old ornery bear wanted me for dinner. And there was nothing I could do to stop that bear at that given time. Well, guess what? I'm dinner. And I don't think that bear is going to have any kind of, at all whatsoever, sympathy or any remorse over the fact that he just ate me. All he cares about is, I'm full now. I don't have to look for food no more for a little bit. I'm good as gold. So feeling bad about killing an animal to consume it is kind of foolish to me. I think killing for sport's wrong. If you're going to go out and kill something just for the sheer pleasure of killing it, like a rhino or an elephant or some animal of the sort that you have no intention on fully utilizing and eating, then I just don't get behind that. I don't judge people that do it. I've never done it, so I don't know the excitement and the exhilaration that comes from it. But I've never had a urge to go kill an animal just to kill it. It just doesn't sit right with me, right? I guess I could say the same thing for farming vegetables, just to let them rot. What's the point of that, right? So anyway, so I don't think that one way's right and one way's wrong, and there is an end-all be-all problem like solver. I think the main thing is just find what makes you ill or feel bad, eliminate it from your diet, or find something else that you can eat with that helps you digest that and absorb that better. Like Stan Efferding talks about the vertical diet. You need certain vegetables, and you need certain fruits, and you need certain nuts and certain meats to help you absorb other foods. You can't just take one food without the other. There's always something else that's going to help you absorb something else. And if you're deficient in something, then you're going to have issues somewhere else down the line over time, or maybe immediately. It could be chronic, it could be acute. So I'm adding vegetables back in, and they're amazing. You get off of all that stuff, right? Get off all of it. I have for 45 days. Well, technically 40. And you get off all of it, and then you have spinach, or let's say like me, I had peppers and onions yesterday with spinach and carrots in my food. It was so amazing. Oh, so good. The flavors were so intense, you know. And I've always thought they were good, and I've always enjoyed eating them. But I can tell you this much. Not eating sugar and cookies and candies and bread and pasta and fast food and all these other flavors, and just eating meat with some salt and pepper on it for 40 days, it really changes your taste buds, right? It really allows you to taste other things in your food. And the flavor is just so incredible in those vegetables, man. And like, I'm craving them right now. I'm really like, I'm not going to eat for probably another 2 hours because I'm not hungry. So I'm not going to eat, but I am craving those vegetables and that flavor. I'm not craving sugar and cookies and candy. I want to taste that spinach and those peppers, because there's a lot of flavor in there. And I mean, what's that? How's that saying go? Flavor is the essence of life, or something. I forget how it goes. It was some silly saying like that. But either way it goes, vegetables are amazing. They're delicious. I just don't feel like eating a vegetable is going to kill me, and I don't feel like eating a steak is going to kill me. I don't feel like eating bread is going to kill me, or pasta. But there was something that was causing me problems, so I had to figure out what it was. And so far I could tell you this much: eating nothing but meat and fat was causing me a whole lot of digestive problems. And when you're in the middle of a heavy squat, and you have to think, should I put a towel between me and my underwear, or some toilet paper, or maybe get a pad like for a woman on her period and put that between my ass and my underwear? God forbid I blow it out the rear end with all that pressure, especially when you're using squat briefs, and you think, ugh, man, I don't know how this is going to turn out. And then you, at work, you got to stop every 30 minutes to go use the restroom. You have lenient boss. Like, my boss is super lenient, and they understand, and I explained what was going on, and they totally sympathize with me. But I don't like being that kind of employee. I don't like having to stop every 30 minutes to go to the restroom for 10 minutes. I just feel like that's pathetic on me. They pay me my wage to get in there, and they pay me my pay to take care of business and do the job and get it done and be productive. And if I'm having to stop every 30 minutes to go to the bathroom, that's not very productive at all. And it's not anything else except for it's just a personal thing in me. I like feeling like I'm doing as much as I can every day, not because I feel I owe it to my boss or my company, but that's just because who I am. And I like being productive and going home knowing, hey, I did as much as I could today, and I did everything I could today, and I was extremely productive. All right, I earned my pay. I earned it. It just makes you feel better. Well, that's the diet part of this video, I guess. We're gonna go to the I already went to the grocery store. We're gonna go to Academy next to get the kiddos some bikes, and then whenever I get back, I'm gonna check to see how dry those legs are, and I might put them on later tonight. I want to give them a little bit to dry because time just changed, so it feels a lot earlier than it is. I gotta remember it's going to be daylight a little bit longer today than it was yesterday, which is great because kind of looking forward to having the sunlight a little bit later in the evening. So maybe I'll start working out with the garage doors open until it starts to warm up too bad and it gets too hot. So here's the food. So I got 1585 in there cooking with some soy sauce, pepper, salt, and some seasoning. I'm going to slightly brown that, and I'm going to add half a bag of spinach, or about half a bag, 3/4 of these peppers and onions, and then about half a bag of carrots, and then a handful of mushrooms. And I'm going to finish cooking it. We're going to add those in there, and once it's done cooking, I'm going to add probably about 8 ounces of that, half a pound roughly. And that's going to be enough for 3 meals for me. that's the food I'm doing. I still do eggs, bacon, and milk for breakfast because I really enjoy eggs, bacon, and milk for breakfast. And this will be my food for the next 3 meals. And for dinner, if I want to do something, I'll do something. If not, I'm not. I'm going to try to avoid getting any direct carbs still. So I'm adding some vegetables in, but I'm not going to do any actual direct carbs yet. And then whenever I do get to the point where I start doing actually direct carbs, it's going to probably be fruit and sweet potatoes and maybe some rice, if it comes to that. So we're nice and browned up. So I'm going to take the frozen spinach. Oh, that's not enough. Let me get another bag. Okay. So let's go ahead. Clump together. There we go. Got our spinach in there. And then we're going to add up carrots. So our onions and peppers. There's a little bit more onion than pepper, whatever. And then just a handful of mushrooms, just like that. Now I'm going to turn this down and let that soften up and defrost, and then I'll stir it all together. And there's the finished product. 2 handfuls of cheese, like 2 handfuls of shredded cheese, cheddar. That's freaking delicious.